What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Lego New York City update. Ooh, I'm stepping on Lego bags all over the place. As you can tell, there's been quite a lot of progress in the Lego City, so let's go ahead and get started. First off, I'm home from college for Thanksgiving break, so I figured now is a good time to do a little update video since I haven't done a full update video in maybe 2 years or something. It's always been those kind of check-ins where I don't really do much and I just kind of talk and yap. But anyway, let's get started. First thing that's new is this new table right here. Originally what I had was some plywood and some sawhorses, but last winter break, I think it was, I rebuilt the tables. So these are much sturdier, a little more level. And I used the same plywood and I just, bolted it down to the frame of this new table. So that's the first kind of mundane change that's occurred in the Lego City. The other one is that everything has been mills plated. So yeah, everything's a little more stiff, especially the base plates. Everything's modular compatible, so I can just kind of move all the buildings around and just slot them into place, which is awesome. That was something I did this past summer, which is why there wasn't a lot of cool progress, because I was mainly just doing mills plating, and that took basically the whole summer and it was kind of boring, so there's no update. Now, let's get started with this new layout because there's a lot to talk about. First off, this whole kind of section right here is looking fairly done. Obviously, there's a lot of detail work that has to be done. I have to do street markings. I'll get into that in a second, but I just kind of want to run through all the buildings we have. First, we got the Lego Ghostbusters HQ, which I'm just repurposing as a fire station. And yeah, you can just see we got a flag right there and some people outside the moped. Then we come to the park. First thing to note is these wintertime trees, which are inspired by Spunky25 on Instagram, also on YouTube, as are a lot of the buildings in the city and some of the builds. So be sure to check him out because he has a super cool Lego New York City as well. But obviously I didn't order enough parts to do the whole park or do the trees in any other place in the city. So that's kind of a mess. But I'm really liking the way the park looks. I got some fall leaves on the ground, lots of landscaping. And then we got the statue. Which I was kind of concerned about how I would fit a very small statue or a statue in such a small footprint. But I had this Lego Goblin minifigure, and then I built a little stand out of that, so you can see there's a little bit of ornate decorations. So I'm thinking that's looking pretty good. Got the railing started around the park. Trying to do something also ornate with those nice looking railing pieces. Then if you come over here, you'll notice that this is a trend. And a technique that I like to do a lot, which is building with the studs on top. So this is obviously not done, but I'm working on this Art Deco building here, and it's kind of built all using plates. So if you kind of come to this side, you can see everything's built with plates, and then that allows to get some nice contours. So you have the windows back there, and then you have the different, I don't know, I'll just call it contours and decorations and stuff like that. And yeah, so we got that, and it's just kind of all connected with these bracket pieces. Obviously, I don't have enough bracket pieces to go all the way up because I have to have them going all the way up unless there's going to be that small gap. So hopefully over winter break, I'll get to order some of those. But I am super happy with the way that looks, and if you kind of only look at the finished part, I think it looks really nice. And then obviously, I'm going to have to do the lobby and stuff down on the bottom. So it will be a little bit taller than this, and it will have the American flag at the top because it's an Art Deco building. It's very American. So that thing at the top will stay. Also, check out my dog over there. Anyway, now we move over to the corner deli, also inspired by Spunky25. Got some minifigures, got some Speed Champions vehicles. And then you'll notice one of the new modular buildings we have in the city, which is the Jazz Club. I think that will be its final location. I may end up moving it up a little bit this way, just so there's not that huge gap in between. I guess you can see it more from the top, but that huge gap in between the Jazz Club and the deli. Also, the other new modular I got was the museum, Natural History Museum. That will probably go about there because I'm hoping to add another skyscraper to kind of this plot, which is going to be something like this. You can see me kind of messing around with the whole snot technique again. Just because I have lots of plates and lots of tiles and not as many bricks. So yeah, that is another idea. And then over here, if you come this way, we got the Lego Subway, which I bought on eBay a decade ago maybe. And then the police station modular as well. And then continuing on with that whole snot theme, stepping on these Lego bags. This fire truck is also built with snot techniques. So you can see it's like built with plates. I guess there's a big focus on snot building in my Lego city. But yeah, you can see that. I did unfortunately take apart most of the FDNY trucks I built. That was a pretty stupid decision, but it happened. That's the only other one remaining, and it's probably gonna get rebuilt at some point. You know, once I retire in like 40 years. So we'll see. Got the subway grades going. Got the subway stations, and the cool part about mills plating everything is that there is a little bit of actual depth. It's not like a lot, but if you go down the street level, you can see that like the people kind of disappeared down the subway, which is super cool. And I am hoping to bring back the subway at some point. It's just kind of a tricky thing to do. Continuing on, we got some vehicles inspired by Spin J, or Spunky 25, the taxis. Here, I'm just kind of marking out how I'm going to do my crosswalks. One of the ideas I got from like the model train kind of community is to use auto pinstripes because they're consistent width, and it's like tape basically. So I can just kind of make the markings from that. So once again, that's probably a wintertime thing if I have enough time over winter break and money, because that's also a big issue when it comes to Lego because it's kind of expensive now. Is if I can get the road markings done, which I'm hoping to do. And I also got to do decals because as you can see, all the crosswalk signs are just like yellow. Like nothing is decaled, which is kind of a slight problem. But I'll get to that at some point. Anyway, continuing on, we got the Grand Emporium. Oh, how I would love to add another 2 floors to that. We'll see. But it does look pretty cool from this angle, looking up to the sky. Come over here. We've got the bookstore, got the taxis, another subway station on this side, and then got just a super basic building. But I got those shades, like those shade stickers from the Office set because I bought it, so I had lots of minifigures to add into the city. Now we move on to this. This is kind of a big change. And yeah, and I bet you won't believe it, but it is all built with snot techniques. So it's all plates. It's kind of hard to see, but these pegs right here, they're like slots in every level. So it's like 8x16 plates, and they're all built into a rectangle with brackets. And then they kind of connect in. I can't really see because it's so tall, but you can trust me. It's all snot, it's all tiles. It's super tall, it's reflective. Based on the one by Spin J, but his is built out of bricks. This one is built completely out of plates, turned on their side, covered with tiles, which I think is like, I don't know. I had lots of 8x16 black tiles, so that's kind of what I went for. You know, obviously we have Spin Tower still in the Lego City. Continuing on, I actually bought this one when I was on break, the yellow construction crane, because it looks so cool. Got our parking garage back here. I'm gonna try to make this a little taller. Got just a basic building. I color swapped the townhouse, and then we got a construction site, which is probably gonna stay just because I really like the excavator set from Lego, and I would like to keep that in the city someplace. So that's probably gonna stay there. And then as you can see back here, I was kind of seeing how many window pieces I have. So I have enough to build a skyscraper that tall. The back 2 walls, since it's in the very back corner of my city, will be like dark gray because you can't see them. So yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking it's looking pretty good. Especially from the minifig eye views, it looks much more like an actual city now, instead of just kind of sparsely populated with a couple buildings. And yeah, I'll give you guys a couple more like minifigure views because that's kind of cool. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see. The construction crane is kind of like too big for the Lego City, but I'm gonna keep it anyway because I spent $100 on it and I don't really want to put that to waste. But we got some traffic cops right there, looking good. Yeah, and the subways, the buildings. So I'm really liking how it's turning out. I hope you guys are as well. And once again, I hope to have a little more progress done come wintertime. So yeah, that's about it though. If you guys have any suggestions or comments and stuff, just feel free to leave them down below. Oh, there's a dog taking a dump right there too. So that's kind of interesting as well. And you got Grandpa in the park reading a newspaper. Just small things like that, but are like scattered around the city. Anyways, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, let me know. And yeah, I'm hoping you guys are liking the progress of the Lego City. Hopefully come winter time, you know, there will be more skyscrapers. I always say that, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.